Alright, so, my name is Scot and I'm extremely late, and I apologize. I got off work at 7. Oh, I worked over at Watertown Bookstore. You should come check me out. I just got the job. It's very cool. They let me do Black History Month, and everybody lets me do Black History Month. I'm doing this. I'm also going to be over at UC Berkeley, dedicating tribute to Mary Baraka, Rest in Power. And I'm also doing another one with Gotti Payne at International Cafe International, over in North Beach. And with that one, Orange Spaghetti's going to be there, which is always dope, you know? 96 now. Still reading poems and stuff. Oh, but there's a lot of cool people though. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Gloria, San Francisco. Oh, shit. Right, so, I want to say thank you to CCA, thank you to 1111, thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah. I live in Oakland.
You could have got a ride.
I ain't got a car. Anyway. Let me tell you the origin of how I came to be here and how I ended up in the publication, which I'm very excited about. Earlier this year, or no, officially last year, I did a little quick thing over at Lost Weekend Video, which was like, it was a really great event, great turnout and everything. And so I read an excerpt from my novel here, and after I got done, I was approached, and someone said, "Can I have that?" And I went, "Yeah." And that's what brought me here today. It's a pretty long piece, so I'm just gonna get started, okay? Alright, March 17th, 1999. Tyro is a 60-year-old cat with no legs and one arm. Claims he was a Green Beret in Nam. He lives in one of the residential hotels in Jefferson. Every store is burnt out except the liquor store, the porno shop, and Circel Books where I've been working for the last 6 years. All the cats were making to his crib. The riders watch his gate. Black and whites, beat cops, and unmarked boxy sedans. They all cruise like no one knows what they're looking for. The block has been occupied for nearly a week. There's some cats racking out front. They hang out at the store sometimes. I nod to them, hit the buzzer and wait. It all comes down to milk. Milk? Yeah. If you're a mammal, you create white milk. Mother's milk is always white. White milk, purity, get it? No. Mother's milk is light in the crucible. He poked the side of his temple with his index finger. I never noticed it before, Homo was cockeyed. You can't let the brown, the dark, mix with the white milk. And their milk's all that's good. He looks over at me. They confuse light with white. It's a linguistic confusion, you see. White is the absence of all color, while light is the presence of all colors, and then some. But then on that deeper level, you dig? They got that shit all, nigga, you crazy, this cat said. Maybe, but I tell you what, motherfuckers will go to some extremes just to keep their truth true. My spelling was monkey in the middle. What do you think, young blood? They looked at me. Well, metaphors define reality, I say. True. Or it's blonde, see? That's what I'm saying. The door buzzed, and I left him at the gate. An old woman escorts me up the stairs to Tyro. I've got a special order of Calvin Hurton's Dictionary of African American Slang in a paper bag with a piece of tape holding it closed. I couldn't find it anywhere on the web. Ended up having to call a pig in the city. They knew a collector who was being gentrified out of his flat, $25. I tell myself that Tyro can't have this one on credit, he just can't. He looks like a chocolate Fidel with his long gray beard and faded fatigues. There were 5 guys in the room as the door opened. Henry Dumas, you cats gotta get to Dumas. We were there in Harlem in '68, man, doing the riots. Just come back to the world, had something. You put it down for a minute, right on. There's some things sometimes them cats ain't telling you about. We were doing more than they can understand or imagine. They gunned that brother down the street, you hear me? Unarmed on the subway platform, assassinated. May 23rd, 1968. 1 month and 19 days after they killed the king. Killed Bobby Hutton right down the street from here 2 days after that. 17 bullets. Don't tell me they don't forget the word. No one was real. Say it. I tell you like I told them. I believe I was spared to come back and tell you this. Okay, the cat that found me was him himself. But he didn't seem to care. He looked me in the eye for a long time. My legs were busted from a grenade. This, you see, that's Viet Cong He stood over me. I could tell he was thinking something. He raised his rifle, and I kept looking him in the eye. It was one of the few times my prayers were answered. The cat suddenly turned and ran off. He had shot several of my buddies already, but he let me go. All I could figure is that one day, the chips are all going to be coming down. America's going to have to face the yellow race. Black and yellow have to put their heads together and bring this thing off. You cats out in the street learn to fade fast, learn to strike hard, but don't be around for the explosion. If you don't organize, you ain't nothing but a rioter, a scavenger, a penny-ante crook. These motherfuckers wouldn't hesitate to put a cap in your ass. I ain't saying you should get off the street. I know, Uncle means you ultimately no good, brothers. Take it for what it's worth. I'm laying it down like it is. I got it straight from the evil's beak. That's how we speak. Get the man out of our neighborhood. I used to say whitey, but you know what? Uncle Tom's alive and well, dead. Keep women and children off the streets. Don't riot, rebel. You cats got this message. Do what you gotta do. Sit together and listen for the word to come. And obey it. What the fuck you mean fade, old dude? Where the fuck we supposed to run? They got cameras everywhere. Two of his guys laughed. Must have been his boys. Read, little brother. I ain't talking about hiding. I'm talking about fading. Read too much arc of bones and come back and see me. Not to mention, look at that phone you got on your hip. Every last one of you cats got one of those things. GPS, Global Positioning System, eh? You get that little map and whips all that. You bragging because you don't have to call it operator when you get a flat tire. What the fuck do you think that is? That's when they kicked in the door. Armed to the teeth, dressed like black operatives. One of the three guys reached inside his jacket and was not cold by a rifle butt. I had no idea what he was reaching for. Then they began to check identification cards. When one of them took mine, she took it over to the only one not wearing a helmet. He was blond, with a buzz cut, and a little earphone and mic. He spoke into his headpiece and looked over at me, nodding. All right, she said, walking back over to me. You come with us. She was smiling, trying to be cordial about it. What's this all about? Holding me by my arm, she helped me to my feet. We just got to get some more info. It won't take long. She smiled again, weaker this time. I'm not going anywhere you tell me what the fuck. The soldier in the doorway fell first. He was holding his crotch and moaning for his mom. Two more men and a woman fell, all holding themselves, rolling around in the dirty shag carpeting, moaning and groaning for Jesus. Then it walked in. A robot made of empty soda cans, VCR parts, twine and garbage can lids. Two girl doll heads hanging from his waist and cupping his crotch that fire and vomited smoke. Flames sparked from his feet and throat. They held up a cumbersome girded arm, draped in a leopard skin, and pointed a pink toy pistol at the remaining soldier. Bop gun. Orgone accumulator. You'll be fine in a few hours, the robot said with a voice that sounded like metallic echo forced through a blender, and fired the weapon at the soldier's crotch. Too scared to move, the seal fell over across his eyes and rolled around with his buddies on the floor. They're having the best orgasms of their lives right now. The robot addressed the dope shot on others. He pointed the bop gun at the leader of the three-man group. Want some? Nah, that's cool. The robot nodded over to the bed. Tyro. Ramel, don't worry about the cleanup. I got some tight brothers in the town. So, you pointed to me. Come with me. I got it to follow my Tyros. You got my book, brother? Tyros was looking at me down the bridge of his nose, smiling. I tossed it back to him. Solid. That's 35, Ty. Damn. What? This thing out of gold? Might as well be. Cough it up. Tyro looked at Ramel in the back of me. Come by next Friday and we'll be square, cool? It was my turn to look at the robot standing in the doorway, swiveling its flaming metal head up and down the hall, and then back at Ty. Next Friday, damn it. I lumbered down the stairs behind Ramel into the street. I was expecting us to be surrounded when we came out. Instead, a single Jeep was outside, the engine still idling, and a 20-year-old soldier boy sleeping at the wheel with a big smile on his face. We walked down Jefferson, crossed 112, and headed up Harrison, me and this 7-foot-tall steam-powered robot. No one seemed to notice. If they did, they acted like they didn't. It was like everyone's under a spell. Act like you don't see it, it's not their kind of spell. I kept my mouth closed and marveled at the silence inside the bubble his presence made. I remember watching some deaf kids talking to each other in sign language while waiting for a train once. They were moving their hands all fast. They were arguing about something. To me, it was like their hands were making a sound vacuum, sucking in all the sound around them with their active silence. Standing next to them, I felt like I was in that vacuum, and something inside of me got very quiet. Like they'd sucked those random ramblings, mumblings, and screams and shouts out of my head, and I was just quiet. So quiet there beside me. It was like that walking next to Ramel, except he was sucking in sight instead of sound. I was invisible, and that's a strange feeling. It's like people go on about their business like they're walking through you because they don't acknowledge you, I guess. Something inside them just doesn't feel you. Like they were half asleep in their bedrooms, and I crept in and stood over them. Their bodies wouldn't feel me there. Ramel's steps were slow. Each move brought symphony of clangs and crinkles. It was like we were walking in slow motion. I didn't want to speak. I thought I was dreaming. A little bit. I didn't want to break the spell. We got to the Bank of America in Harrison, and Ramel stopped in front of it, an automatic teller machine. He stuck a finger into the card slot, and $20 bills began to pour from the slot. My jaw dropped. Pick those up. You didn't have to tell me twice. We $7,000. We lumbered for a little longer, and I was too busy counting money to see where we were going. My chariot. I looked up from the money and found myself standing in front of a rusted Chevette hatchback. What the? The robot hit itself on the top of the head and collapsed. Its body just sunk to the ground next to a little boxy car. As metallic skin continued to collect at his feet, a skinny brother in a white beater and a pair of boxer shorts emerged. Ramel? He took off his wave cap and rubbed his hat. It's Ramel Z. Hot shit in there. Get in. Talk him away. I just stood there, the wild money in my hand. Thought about ganking him. Can't lie. But I figured if he knew Ty and trusted me enough to let me hold cash, that this whole thing warranted for an investigation. I got in. Ramel ran to the back of the car, opened the hatch, picked up the robot crust and tossed it in. It looked like it was recyclable. Cans, bottles, strings, and tubes. He was dressed by the time he got to the driver's seat. Where are we going? The city. Buckle up. We sputtered and rolled into traffic. There was a jam in the